Get ready with me to go to a sorority formal. And you might be like, Grace, I thought you dropped your sorority and then talked shit about them on the internet. I did, but I have friends in other sororities who invite me to events still. It's been a while, honestly, since I've talked about Alabama Rush, so I thought I would like talk about it a little bit. I've made a video like this before, but I do just want to say, like, I'm not anti-Greek life. I don't hate all sororities. I just wanted to tell my story because I knew that it would be one that a lot of people can relate to, and a lot of people did. I do want to say, though, I'm not really a big fan of the Bama Rush fandom for a variety of reasons, and I'm going to go into them in a second. And obviously, this doesn't apply to everybody who's a fan of Bama Rush, but certain people it definitely does. First of all, a lot of y'all don't know what you're talking about, and I mean that with the most respect, but if you've rushed at other schools, sorry, it's not Bama. If you rushed at Bama 30 years ago, sorry, I don't really think that you can speak to how it is today, but a lot of your average Alabama Rush fans really just still do not know what they're talking about, and that kind of leads me to assume that you're really just in it for the drama. And I get it, right? Like, people love reality TV, people like drama, but I guess as someone who has had like close friends involved in like the Bama Rush drama, as someone who's like been, posted about on the Bama Rush Reddit, it is a little frustrating because it's like, these are real people that you are talking about, okay? These aren't people who signed up to be a part of a reality TV show. Like, it's a little odd that like the stuff that should be sent in my college group chat, the stuff that should be talked about, at my local college bar is, stuff that you want to write a think piece on as a 40-year-old woman who didn't go to Bama, who doesn't have a daughter here. And part of me is kind of like, why do you care? You know what I mean? Because like, I don't care about middle school drama. I don't care about high school drama. I don't even care about the freshman drama going on in my college campus. You know what I mean? I care about the people I know in real life. And it's just kind of like, you love to pick apart these, 18, 19, 20-year-old girls as if y'all weren't once that age, okay? I'm sure when you were 18, when you were 19, when you were 20, you were probably a little selfish. You were probably a little dramatic. Like, I'm just not quite sure what gives y'all the right to judge these girls in the way that you do. I also understand this allure of the fact that it's a secret society, but each year with, information becoming more and more accessible via social media, things are becoming less and less secret. And a lot of these elite organizations are elite because they're exclusive. And once you get in as a regular schmegular person, you kind of realize, oh, all these people are also regular specular human beings. This is a realization I had when I got into my sorority at the University of Alabama, but also when I visited my ex at Harvard. I realized all these students here, they were just regular schmegular people. And I want to be clear, I'm not trying to discredit anyone for getting into their top sorority at their school or discredit anyone from getting into a nice college like Harvard, but more so remind anyone who's watching this that like, you could be this person too if you wanted to, if you tried. Don't idolize these people too much, and don't ever feel like you are somehow inferior to someone else. Also, this is one of my favorite lip liners. I always get asked what my lip combo is. It's usually this is the Maybelline lip crayon in the shade On the Grind, and I have it linked in my Amazon storefront. But yeah, no shade to the Bama Rush fans, but also kind of some shade. Okay, this is the finished look. This dress is from Pepper Mayo. I got it over the summer. Love you guys so much. Bye.